In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college football games happening on October 29, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Cincinnati versus UCF. This American Athletic Conference matchup brings the number 20 Cincinnati Bearcats to Orlando, Florida, where they will take on the UCF Knights at FBC Mortgage Stadium. The Bearcats are on a 6-game win streak after beating SMU last week, while the Knights lost their 4-game win streak after losing to East Carolina. If you are going to watch a game outside of the Power 5 conferences this week, this might well be the right choice. In a crucial matchup in the American Athletic Conference between 2 teams who are both leaving this conference in favor of the Big 12 next season, the Cincinnati Bearcats head to the Sunshine State to face the UCF Knights. Both teams have ideas about winning this conference, and since both still have a crucial matchup with frontrunner Tulane left on the schedule, winning this weekend is critical. Central Florida had been in a good rhythm, winning 3 straight before stumbling against East Carolina last week. UCF was beaten 34-13 in a game in which John Reese Plumlee tossed 3 interceptions and the Knights lost a fumble. It was just one of those games, and we can probably throw it out as an outlier. Cincinnati, on the other hand, comes in riding a 6-game winning streak. QB Ben Bryant was knocked out of the South Florida game 2 weeks ago with a concussion, and he was unable to clear protocols for last week's game against SMU. The Bearcats narrowly survived both of those games. The close scores, however, can probably also be thrown out because of the quarterback situation. Will the return of a healthy Bryant help return the Bearcats to form? I think so. UCF is favored in this matchup, and part of that is also baking in the uncertainty surrounding Bryant's availability. As the week goes on and he clears all of the injury reports, as it appears he will do, I expect more money to come in for the Bearcats. To me, Cincinnati is the better team here, but the better team doesn't always win on the road against a fairly even opponent. This is a key game for the Bearcats, but I still prefer to side with the better team, even on the road. So the Cincinnati Bearcats money line is our full game side pick. The UCF Knights don't have a lot of fantastic defensive weapons, so there won't be a ton of pressure on the quarterback. If the Bearcats double-team Morris Brash, the leading sacker for UCF, then they took away a heap of pressure, allowing Bryant to attack downfield quickly. UCF's secondary is struggling, as they only have 2 interceptions on the season, so Cincinnati's receivers won't have as much pressure in coverage. All of these things will make the passing game easier for the Bearcats. UCF, on the other hand, has a true dual-threat quarterback who leads the Knights in the air and on the ground. Plumlee and the Knights have options, especially when it comes to the passing game, because Cincinnati hasn't really faced a strong passing game this season. Expect Plumlee to attack through the air a lot, while changing it up and gaining quick yards on his feet. Both of these teams have the ability to run up the score. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Oregon versus California. The 8th-ranked Oregon Ducks have been playing extremely well entering this Saturday afternoon Pac-12 conference matchup, as they have a 6-1 record. They are on a 6-game winning streak after defeating the 9th-ranked UCLA Bruins at home 45-30 last Saturday. Senior quarterback Bo Nix had a huge game as he went 2 of 28 for 283 yards with 5 passing touchdowns, as well as 8 carries for 51 yards on the ground. The California Golden Bears are ready to attempt to defend California Memorial Stadium, as they have a 3-4 record thus far. They are on a 3-game losing streak and are coming off a 28-21 home loss against the Washington Huskies on Saturday. Senior quarterback Jack Plummer had a solid game as he finished 2 of 34 for 245 yards with 3 passing touchdowns. The Oregon Ducks are the 8th-ranked program in the nation, but the California Golden Bears have been as good of a defense statistically, if not better, right now. This number went from 14.5 points to 17.5 points thus far, so that means a full field goal could be the difference of covering the spread. These defenses as of late have been very similar in their previous 5 games, as the Ducks are giving up 28 points per game in that stretch, while the Golden Bears are allowing 26 points per game in that stretch. Bo Nix has thrown for 2 touchdowns or less in 2 of his last 3 games, and that makes things a lot more difficult. So the California Golden Bears to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. This number has increased a pair of points since the line opened. Both offenses should be able to do well as Oregon is scoring 45 points in their last 5 games, while California is averaging 23 points per game in their previous 4 games played. California kicker senior Dario Longhetto has 43 total points, while Oregon's junior kicker Camden Lewis has not missed a single kick this season with 61 total points thus far. The over has hit in 4 of the previous 5 games against one another played in California. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Oklahoma State versus Kansas State. It's a big clash in the Big 12 as the 22nd-ranked Kansas State Wildcats host the 9th-ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys on Saturday. The Wildcats are 5-2 overall and 3-1 in the Big 12, while the Cowboys are 6-1 overall and 3-1 in the Big 12. They are both 1 game behind TCU. The Cowboys have won the last 3 matchups between the two, including a 31-20 win last season as a 6-point favorite. Kansas State is favored by 1.5 points. The Cowboys are 21-4-2 against the spread in their last 27 after an against the spread win and 18-7-1 against the spread in their last 26 road games. Oklahoma State is 40-17-1 against the spread in their last 58 in October. Meanwhile, the Wildcats against the spread are 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 on turf and 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 at home. Kansas State is 33-15-4 in their last 52 in October. Cowboys quarterback Spencer Sanders delivered a strong performance last weekend in a big game, throwing for 391 yards and 2 touchdowns as the Oklahoma State Cowboys won a thriller 41-34 against the Texas Longhorns. Sanders was banged up with an undisclosed injury, but gutted it out and played a brilliant game. The same cannot be said for Kansas State starting quarterback Adrian Martinez. He was knocked out of last week's loss and is listed as a game-time decision for this game. Backup Will Howard also hurt his shoulder, but he looks ready to go after he returned late in the 4th quarter last week. We do not know who will start this game, but the edge here goes to the Cowboys and their stout offense. They are averaging the 4th most points per game in the country and just under 300 yards passing. Kansas State serves up 221 per game, so the Cowboys will have an opportunity to air it out. So the Oklahoma State Cowboys to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. 2 great weapons, leading 2 great offenses go at it here, and while Kansas State will try to slow things down and control the clock with the run game, they just don't have the defense to slow down Sanders and the Cowboys. Oklahoma State has the 3rd highest ranked defense in the country, averaging nearly 45 points per game. Kansas State does not have a good enough pass defense to slow them down much, so I look for Oklahoma State to be close to that average, with Kansas State not far behind. This game will be a whole lot of fun and will feature a lot of points, and it will easily sail past the total. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.